What, Elmer? You're hungover? Too many cat treats? Well, I have the class for you. Hey Fightmaster Yogis, welcome to your personal sanctuary. This is your refuge. This is you time. This is time that you set aside to take care of yourself. So we're going to begin today sitting up nice and tall and with your shins crossed, but let's put the other shin in front for fun. Change it up a little bit. And then just bring your hands on your knees, palms faced down, close your eyes. Begin to feel the groundedness of this position. So you're grounding down through your sitting bones, feeling that connection to whatever you're sitting on. You might notice I'm sitting up on a little cushion. I like to have my hips higher than the knees. It's more comfortable. And see if you can get your spine just a little bit longer as you reach the crown of your head toward the ceiling. But at the same time, you're really feeling heavy in the hips. So you feel very connected. And start to breathe in and out through your nose. And we'll begin our Ajay Pranayama. Ajay means victorious. Pranayama, prana means life force. Ayama means to extend. So extending our victorious life. There's a slight constriction in the back of your throat as you're breathing. So if someone were to be sitting next to you, they would hear it. But if someone were across the room, they would not hear it. We don't want it to be too pronounced. And this breath helps to warm the body from the inside, as well as keeping the attention more focused. And now let's set an intention for our practice, bringing the hands together, an Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. May our practice help us to feel grounded and connected to ourselves and to the world around us. And also, may our practice help to detox and get rid of anything that no longer serves us, either physical or mental or emotional. We'll let that go. And now I'll invite you to set an intention of your own if you wish. And again, just for fun, let's offer up all of our intentions with an Om together. You can Om out loud or you can do it inside of your mind. Exhale everything out. We'll inhale for Om. Release your hands, let your eyes softly blink open, and we'll come onto our hands and knees. Move my cushion out of the way. Line up the wrists under your shoulders with your knees under your hips. Spread out your fingers. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, lift your chin and tailbone up. As you exhale, round your back, pull your belly in and up. It's just a little movement to begin. So again, inhale. Chest forward, widen across your collarbones. Exhale, round your back. Draw your chin in, pull your belly in. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then come to neutral. Walk your hands forward about a handprint. Just for a couple breaths, we'll come into down dog. So tuck the toes, lift up and back. Keep the knees bent for a moment. Stick your buns way up high and then start to stretch one leg and the other. And just begin to warm up the hamstrings. And now looking forward, we're gonna come through and sit. So walk yourself or hop yourself through and sit and lie onto your back. Because we're doing a little bit of a detox today. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to massage basically the ascending colon and then across the transverse colon and then down through the descending colon. And it helps move everything around where it should be. So bring your hands right to your right hip bone, and above it, poke your fingers in there and start to make some circles. So circle, circle, circle right above your right hip bone, and then slowly start to move up. As you're moving up, you're continuing to circle, pressing the fingers into your ascending colon, coming all the way up to pretty much the bottom of your right rib cage. So once you get to the bottom of your right rib cage, begin to move across, right underneath the rib cage. And this it might start to feel a little bit of gurgling. You might start to feel some, I don't know, some funny sounds or feelings that could happen. Go all the way across to the bottom of the left rib cage, and then when you get there, you'll begin to go down again. So now we're moving down the descending colon. So we're moving anything that could be stuck in the intestinal tract, just gonna help it along. And then when you get to your left hip bone, you're gonna go across underneath your belly button, your navel, going across again to the right side. And then we're gonna do this one more time. So you might, if you're ticklish, you might start to laugh a little bit. So the right hip bone again, and then up toward the bottom rib cage on the right side. If you just ate, it might not feel the best. So if you can, when you practice your yoga, just keep going up toward the right rib cage and then start to move across to the left side. So when you're practicing your yoga, it's best to practice either on an empty stomach, or if empty stomach doesn't work so well for you, something light. So keep moving across. When you get to the bottom of your left rib cage, I'm feeling a little bit of gurgling. And you'll begin to move down again. Definitely feeling a little something here. Moving down to the left hip bone. And then when you get there, again, you're gonna go underneath your navel, under your belly button, all the way to the right. And there we go, back to where we started, and then bring your hands next to you. Press down into the heels, walk your heels in so they're under your knees, and then inhale, lift just a little tilt of the pelvis, lift it up, press into the heels and lift into a gentle bridge. And then as you exhale, lower back down one vertebra at a time. And again, press into the heels, inhale and lift up. Exhale and lower down slowly one more time. Press into the heels, inhale and lift. Spiral the thighs in, reach your buns to the backs of the knees, exhale and lower. Good. Now hug your knees into your chest. This pose in Sanskrit is called Apanasana, and in English it means wind removing pose. So it's a good one for digestion, the good one for a detox. Now we'll roll over to your right side and then press yourself back up and make your way into child's pose. So we'll roll forward and extend the arms forward and spread the fingers nice and wide. Bring the hips back to the heels. Knees a little bit wider than the hips so your belly can rest right between the legs. And extend the arms forward, start to spread the fingers really, really wide. As you spread your fingers down, press into the base of your fingers and lift up through your forearms. And keep your hands right where they are as if they were totally glued to the mat. And then inhale, come back up onto the knees and tuck your toes for down dog again. If you need a little more movement in your down dog, go right ahead. Otherwise, work on pressing the weight up to the hips, reaching it down through the heels, turning the triceps back, the outer upper arms, and the biceps forward. Firm the legs, pull up on the kneecaps. While we're here, Just gonna give out some downward dog love, some down dog love to Angie Schneider. Angie Schneider has been commenting all the time on the videos. Thank you, Angie. And if you would like some down dog love, comment below. Let me know. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then as you inhale, make your way into plank pose, top of a push-up. And then as you exhale, knees can be up or down, shift forward, lower all the way to the belly. Slide your hands by your low ribs, untuck the toes, press all 10 toenails into the floor. Inhale, peel the chest up, pull the hands toward the feet, lift the shoulder heads. So instead of letting them come down, lift them up and draw them down toward the waist. And then exhale to the knees. And then we're gonna come right onto our forearms. So as best you can, and then keep the palms flat and keep your elbows right under the shoulders. If your elbows go wider than the shoulders, you can grab your strap, put it just above your elbows, and that'll help keep them where you want them. Then we'll tuck the toes into dolphin. Now we're gonna warm up the abdominal muscles a little bit. So from dolphin pose, take a step toward the back of the mat. And then inhale, come forward for dolphin plank. So in dolphin plank, shoulders and hips in the same line. So instead of having your butt up, drop it down. Instead of rounding through the upper back, bring the chest forward. Then lift the backs, the knees, and breathe. For 3 breaths, starting to feel a little bit warmer probably. Keep lifting the backs, the knees, but butt to heels. 2, pull the belly in. And 1, walk it in. Lifting the hips again. Back to dolphin. Take another breath here. And then inhale again, walk the feet back, come back to dolphin plank. This time, step your feet together. Make sure your shoulders and your elbows are lined up. Step your feet together and start to squeeze your outer hips, your inner thighs. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift the right leg just a little bit, like a couple inches. Drop the outer right hip down. 1 more breath. And set it down. Now inhale, left leg up just a little. Starting to feel a little more warmth in the belly, I bet. And set it back down. This time, we'll come all the way onto the belly. If you have your strap, it's fine, you can leave it. But from here, roll shoulder heads back, pull the chest forward, drag your elbows toward your heels. Keep pulling the belly away from the floor, reaching your butt to your heels. 1 more breath here. And release it. Back up onto the knees. Then, if you've got the strap here, we'll move it out of the way and come back into down dog. So wrists just in front of the shoulders. Stretch all the way back here. Take 2 breaths. By the way, I'm going to be in Amsterdam in June, and it's June the 18th. And I'll put the link below. It's through Seize the Day. And it'll be a full class. And if you're in the area, I'd love for you to join me. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Bend the knees and look up. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees here if you need to. Press down through your feet. Inhale to reach up. And exhale. Bringing the hands down. So we're going to do a little warm up with Surya Namaskar A. And fix my clothes. Here we go. Inhale. Reach the arms up. As you reach up, make sure the ribs stay in. Exhale. Fold forward, hinging from your hips. Keep your spine long. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to plank. So you can always take your knees down here if you like. Shift forward, chaturanga, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Then inhale, cobra or up dog. If you're in up dog, thighs and knees off the floor, please. Exhale, down dog. Breathing here. Draw your belly in. Keep pressing the weight up to the hips and reach it down through the heels. 3 breaths. and 2. And one more breath in. Exhale it out, bend the knees, look up, step or hop feet to hands. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press through the feet, rise up, inhale, stretching tall. Exhale to Samastitihi. Same thing, inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, make your way to chaturanga. So you can step to plank and lower, or if you hop back, you can land right in chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than elbows. Then inhale, press up, make sure the shoulders are above the wrists, and then exhale back into down dog. Spread your fingers wide. Press into the base of your fingers, lift up through your forearms, pull in through the belly. And while we're here in down dog, let's send some down dog love to Mario Reyes, I think it is, Reyes. Thank you for commenting. And again, if you want us to send you or want me to send you some down dog love, and we'll all send it out to whomever wants it, just comment below. One more breath in. Exhale it out, bend the knees, look up, step or hop feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen, and fold as you exhale. Press through your feet. Inhale, reach all the way up tall. Exhale, Samastitihi. So we're going to add on to this. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float, chaturanga. And then inhale, press up. And exhale back. As you inhale, lift your right leg back and up. On your exhale, bend your knee and just open up that hip. So take it over toward the left side, but press evenly through the arms and shoulders. Every now and again, it's nice to just stretch the hip open. Then inhale, bring it to center, square off the hips. As you exhale, step it all the way up by your right hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot and come on up into a high lunge. Reach up nice and tall. Bend the back knee, pull your right hip back, reach up, and then stretch through the back leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lean over your right leg. Reach forward, keep pulling the right hip back so your belly is on your thigh here. And you can let your belly get onto the thigh so that the thigh can press into that ascending colon again. Take 2 more breaths here. I know, it's not so easy, is it? And then exhale. We'll bring the hands down. Now, if you don't reach the floor, grab your blocks or your bricks. And then start to straighten that front leg. Pull the chest forward to lengthen out the spine. But then, see if you can touch your belly to your thigh again. If you can't, take a little bend in the knee. If you can, touch the belly to the thigh. Then fold over. But make sure you're not rounding through the back. 3 breaths here. 2, try to touch that belly to the thigh again. And 1, re-bend the knee, step back, downward dog, all the way back. Inhale, we'll lift the left leg back and up from the inner thigh first. Then exhale, bend the knee, stretch it open. Reach down through the right heel, press back. Breathe, stretching that hip. Take 1 more breath here. I love to stretch out the hip. Now square off the hips, look forward, step it up by the left hand, stay on the ball of your back foot, back to crescent pose, high lunge. Pull the left hip back, bend the back knee, tilt your pelvis forward, pull in through the ribs and the belly, lengthen through the back body, straighten the back leg. Then inhale here, keep pulling the left hip back. As you exhale, lean over the leg. Try and let your belly touch your leg. So now you're squeezing on the descending colon. Make sure the knee stays over the ankle. Press into the front heel. Breathe. Just 2 more breaths. Keep your chest lengthening forward and your collarbones widening. And then exhale. Hands to the mat or to your bricks. Start to pull your left hip back, straightening out the left leg. But try and keep connection here if you can. So we're still compressing. If you need to bend the knee in order to get the leg to touch the belly, that's fine. If you can reach the floor pretty easily and you don't want the blocks, that's fine too. Take one more breath here. Now from here, let's bend this front knee a little bit. Step your right foot all the way to the front of your mat. Then inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Now belly to thighs again, bend the knees. Try and touch down belly on thighs. Drop your butt down, inhale, arms by ears. Belly on thighs for 3 breaths. And 2. And fold in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bring hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way back to standing. So we're gonna do something similar. And this time we will twist it out. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, move through chaturanga. Hug your elbows in, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Inhale, shoulders over wrists, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg up, inhale. Let's bend the knee again, open up the hip. Stretch it out for a breath. Then squaring off the hips, inhale. Exhale, step it up by the right hand. Again, stand the ball of your back foot. Bend the back knee, tilt the pelvis forward, pull in, straighten the leg. Inhale, nice and tall through all 4 sides of the waist. Then exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, turn to the right. Exhale, reach the arms out. Keep pulling the right hip back and turn from above the waist. So hips, try to keep them level. Now you can stay right here, or to go deeper, lean forward, bend your left elbow, hook it across, and press your palms together. For 3 breaths here. You're twisting from above the waist, so pull the right hip back, keep lifting the left hip up. 2. Now, 3 more breaths, either here or the one before, or left hand to floor, or block, right arm up. 3. Big breaths. 2. And 1, release it down. And make your way into plank pose, chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, stretch open the hip. Then square off the hips, inhale. Exhale, step it up by the left hand. Again, stand the ball of the back foot. Come on up into your high lunge. Bend the back knee, drop your buns down, lift your hip bones up. Pull the left hip back. Fix your shirt, and stretch up through the arms. Keep the ribs in. So again, we're pulling the left hip back, sending the right hip forward, hands to heart. Inhale, turn now to your left. So I'm trying to keep my hips from moving. I'm trying to keep them stable. Exhale, arms out. Twisting. So the twist comes from above the hips. Now you can stay right here, and this is challenging enough, believe me. Or lean forward, bend your right elbow, hook it across for prayer twist. And again, still pulling the left hip back. Lift the right hip up. If you're wobbly, walk the left foot over to the left some more. 3, big breaths. Exhale. 2. Now you're gonna stay where you were originally, or here, or right hand down to the floor or a block, left arm up. 3 more breaths. 1. Exhale. 2. Exhale. And 3. Bring the hand back down. Look down to the floor. Step your right foot all the way up next to the left. Feet a little bit apart, bend the knees. Keep your knees and your toes in line. So knees straight ahead, reach up. Instead of letting your back arch, drop the butt. Then, hands to heart again, lean forward, take your left arm across, twist. 3. Now check out your knees. If your left knee went ahead of the right knee, pull the left hip back. 2, and inhale up. Still sitting back. If you need a break, take it. Hands to heart, lean forward, right arm across. Check out your right knee if it went in front of the left. Pull the right hip back. 3, 2, and to center, and fold. Take your feet a little bit wider, maybe hips width. Grab your elbows and hang. Bend the knees as needed. Gently rock. And then from here, little bend in the knees. Rest your hands right above your knees. This is a pranayama practice. A lot of people don't like it because it's kind of intense. So we're only going to do it a couple of times and just do the best that you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So first, take a long breath in through the nose, and then exhale it all out. When you're empty, pull the belly in and up as much as you can and hold without breathing in. Drop the belly, inhale. And again, exhale it all out. Bottom of the exhale, pull the belly in and up, hold. Release the belly, inhale. Last one, exhale. Exhale all out, pull the belly in and up, hold. Release belly, inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Either go right into down dog or come to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhaling up, exhaling back. So stretching back here. Arms, shoulder distance, feet, hips width. Pull in the belly as you breathe. And if you can afford to support Fightmaster Yoga, there's a link below. The donations that we receive, we ask for them because they help us to keep the classes coming. So if you can afford it, please do. If you can't, no worries. Enjoy your yoga practice, please. Let's take one more breath in here. Exhale it out. Bend the knees, look up, and step or hop to seated. And we'll come onto our back. One more time for a little bridge. Feet hips width, heels under knees. So again, lift your hips up a little bit, pull your belly in and come into bridge. This time we'll roll the shoulders under and interlace the fingers. Keep your chin away from your chest. Spiral your thighs in like you're holding a block between the inner thighs. Let's take 3 long breaths here. Stretching out the whole front of the body. And 1. Come on down. Hug your knees into your chest. Just rock a little here, side to side. And then into happy baby. Take the little toe sides of the feet. Keep reaching your butt down toward the mat and rock side to side. Now you can stay right with this. You can also hold here on the legs if you don't reach your feet. You can stay working with this one or start to extend your right leg out and your left leg out. Again, you can hold down here on the legs. You don't have to hold the feet. I just hold the feet because I like it. It feels good to me. But doesn't mean it should feel good to everybody. Everybody's different. And then hug the knees back in. Keep your right knee hugging in, extend your left leg out. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it across to the left and look over the right shoulder and twist. If that's too much, bend both knees instead. Just 2 more breaths here. I love twisting. So good for the spine, so good for digestion too. And then come back through center. Hug the left knee in. Right leg out. Inhale here, exhale, bring it across. And again, you can bend both knees if that feels better. With that other leg straight, the bottom leg, it can be a little intense. Look over the left shoulder, as long as it's okay on your neck. And then inhale. Let's make our way back through center. So it is important that you take some time every day to take care of yourself. And it's important that every time you practice yoga, you take some time for a little Shavasana. So that's what we'll do now. Lengthen your buns away from your waist. Arms by your sides, palms up, extend the legs. If you extend the legs and you feel it's uncomfortable in your lower back, then you could also keep the knees bent. Shoulder blades toward the waist. Close your eyes. Let everything go. Release the Ujjayi breathing, just natural breath, quiet mind, and quiet body. Shavasana. And as you're resting here in your Shavasana, our quote today is from Joe Kudert. Of all the people you will know in a lifetime, you are the only one you will never leave nor lose. To the question of your life, you are the only answer. To the problems of your life, you are the only solution. So let's take a longer breath here. And just brush your thumb across the pads of your fingers. And start to make some movements in your hands and your feet. And inhale, stretch your arms overhead like a good morning stretch. And then bend your knees, roll off to your right side, or either side really. Just pause here a moment and come back to the intention that you set for your practice and honor whatever it is. And then with your top hands, slowly bring yourself up, let your head come up last. Let's bring our hands together. Hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth, reminding us to have clear and loving communications, sending out this positive energy that we created to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thanks, Fightmaster Yogis. See you next time.